Hello to everyone tuning in. Just a quick start. It's a fun idea if you share where you're listening from. Thanks. Like and subscribe, and let's get comfortable and start the fun. I catch Jessica laughing on the phone, completely unaware that I'm standing just outside the room. Her laughter is carefree, almost musical, but it quickly turns into something more sinister. She boasts to her friend about her recent escapades, her voice dripping with arrogance. "My husband is so stupid," she says, her tone mocking. "I had fun with my lover in the next room while he played with the kids. He had no idea." I feel a cold wave of shock wash over me. My heart pounds in my chest and my stomach churns with nausea. I grip the doorframe to steady myself, unable to believe what I'm hearing. How could she? We've been married for 10 years. We've built a life together, have two beautiful kids, Emma and Jake. How could she betray me like this? I'm Michael, a devoted husband and father, working a steady job as an accountant. My days are long and often mundane, filled with numbers and spreadsheets. But I've always found solace in my family, in Jessica. I thought we were happy. I thought we were solid. But lately I've sensed a distance between us. Jessica's behavior has changed. She's become more secretive, spending more time away from home. Our intimate moments have become infrequent and mechanical, devoid of the passion we once shared. I push open the door and Jessica's eyes widen when she sees me. Her phone call ends abruptly as she tries to hide her shock. "Michael, I didn't see you there," she stammers, but the guilt in her eyes betrays her. "Who were you talking to?" I ask, my voice barely above a whisper. "Just a friend," she replies quickly, too quickly. "It's nothing." "Nothing?" I echo, my voice growing louder. "I heard you, Jessica. I heard everything." Her face pales and she opens her mouth to speak, but no words come out. The room feels like it's closing in on me, the walls pressing in with the weight of her betrayal. I can't breathe. I can't think. My world has just shattered into a million pieces. "How could you?" I whisper, the hurt and anger boiling inside me. "How could you do this to us? To our family?" She takes a step towards me, reaching out, but I back away, repulsed by her touch. "Michael, please, let me explain." "Explain?" I laugh bitterly. "Explain how you mocked me to your friend? How you boasted about cheating on me while I was in the next room with our kids?" Tears fill her eyes, but I can't tell if they're tears of remorse or just tears of getting caught. "It was a mistake," she says, her voice trembling. "I didn't mean for it to happen." "Didn't mean for it to happen," I repeat, incredulous. "You deliberately deceived me. You humiliated me. You destroyed our family." Her tears fall freely now, and she collapses into a chair, burying her face in her hands. "I'm so sorry, Michael. I didn't know how to stop." I stand there numb as the reality of her betrayal sinks in. Everything seems ordinary, but in this moment, everything has changed. Jessica's infidelity has torn our lives apart, and I know that nothing will ever be the same again. I confront Jessica as soon as the kids are asleep. The room feels thick with tension. I try to keep my voice steady, but my anger seeps through. "Jessica, who were you talking to on the phone today?" She looks up from her book, feigning innocence. "Just a friend." "Don't lie to me. I heard you. I heard everything," I snap, my voice rising despite my efforts. Her face hardens. "So, you're spying on me now?" "I overheard you. You were mocking me, bragging about your affair." She laughs, but it's a harsh, bitter sound. "You're being ridiculous, Michael." "No, I'm not." I take a deep breath, trying to control the fury bubbling inside me. "Just tell me the truth." Her eyes narrow and she crosses her arms. "Fine. Yes, I had an affair. Are you happy now?" The admission feels like a punch to the gut. "How long?" I ask, my voice barely a whisper. "Does it matter?" "Yes, it matters. How long?" "6 months," she says, her tone defiant. 6 months. Half a year of lies. "Why?" I ask, trying to understand, to make sense of the betrayal. "I was bored, Michael. Our life is dull. You're always working, and when you're home, you're tired. I needed excitement." Her words cut deep, but I won't let her see how much they hurt. "Excitement? By destroying our family?" "Don't be so dramatic. It's not like you ever noticed me anyway," she says, rolling her eyes. How can you be so heartless? I feel a lump forming in my throat, but I swallow it down. I can't break now. Heartless? Maybe, but at least I'm honest. Honest? You call cheating on me honest? She shrugs. I wanted something more, and I got it. I can't believe her arrogance. You think you can just do whatever you want without any consequences? Why not? You've never stopped me before. Her nonchalance infuriates me. Well, that's about to change, I say, my voice cold. I'm not letting you get away with this. Oh, please. What are you going to do? Divorce me? She sneers. Maybe I will, I shoot back. But first, I'm going to make sure you regret every moment you took me for granted. She laughs again, dismissive. Good luck with that. I leave the room, my mind racing. I won't let her arrogance break me. I need to gather evidence. Make sure she can't twist the narrative. I decide to use my skills to track her activities. Over the next few days, I install cameras and GPS trackers discreetly to monitor her movements. I become a detective in my own home. Every smile, every touch feels like a lie now. I watch the footage late at night when the kids are asleep. The more I uncover, the deeper her deceit runs. I see her meeting her lover, a man who turns out to be a mutual friend, someone I trusted. The betrayal cuts even deeper. I start formulating a plan. I can't confront her outright without solid evidence. She'd just deny it or twist the truth. I need undeniable proof. I start small, creating scenarios to expose her lies. I tell her I have to work late, then come home unexpectedly. I see the panic in her eyes, the hurried text she sends. She starts feeling the social consequences of her actions. Whispers, judgmental glances. Our friends aren't as oblivious as she thought. Jessica confronts me one night, her frustration bubbling over. What are you doing, Michael? Why are you acting so strange? I stay calm, my face a mask. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't play dumb with me. You've been different, cold, distant. Maybe I'm just tired of your lies, I say, my voice icy. She falters, then regains her composure. You need to get over it, Michael. It was just an affair. It didn't mean anything. Didn't mean anything? It meant everything. It meant you betrayed me, our family. She rolls her eyes. You always were so dramatic. I decide to plant seeds of doubt in her mind. I make sure her lover sees her with other men, casual touches, friendly smiles. I know it won't take much to make him question her loyalty. He's insecure, always was. Jessica's actions start to backfire. Her lover becomes suspicious, confrontational. Their perfect affair begins to crumble. One night, I follow her to a restaurant where they're meeting. I sit a few tables away, hidden in the shadows. I watch as their conversation grows heated. He accuses her of cheating on him. Irony thick in his voice. She tries to placate him, but he's having none of it. He storms out, leaving her alone and visibly shaken. I feel a grim satisfaction watching her face the consequences of her actions, but I know this is just the beginning. I need to expose her fully, make her understand the pain she's caused. I gather all the evidence, videos, GPS logs, text messages, and prepare for the confrontation. It needs to be public, undeniable. I plan a social event, inviting our closest friends and family. I ensure her lover will be there too. The stage is set. As the evening progresses, I watch Jessica from across the room. She mingles, laughs, completely unaware of what's coming. I wait for the perfect moment, then approach her, a calm smile on my face. Michael, you're finally socializing, she says, her smile tight. I thought it was time to clear the air, I say, raising my glass. She looks confused, then wary. What are you talking about? I turn to our friends, drawing their attention. I have something important to share with all of you. Jessica's face pales. Michael, don't. Oh, but I must, I say, pulling out my phone. I connect it to the TV in the room and start playing the videos. Her face drains of color as her affair plays out in front of everyone. Gasps fill the room, followed by a heavy silence. Her lover tries to slip away, but I stop him. Stay, you're part of this too. He glares at Jessica, betrayal in his eyes. You said it was just us, that you loved me. Jessica tries to defend herself, but the damage is done. Friends and family look at her with disgust, and she realizes she's alone. She turns to me, tears streaming down her face. Michael, please, let's talk about this. Talk? You didn't want to talk before. Now you can deal with the consequences. She falls to her knees sobbing, begging for forgiveness. But it's too late. The pain she caused me is nothing compared to what she's feeling now. I walk away, leaving her to face her shame. I feel a mix of satisfaction and lingering love for the woman she once was, but I can't dwell on that. I need to focus on the next steps, on rebuilding my life without her. As I leave the room, I know this is just the beginning. Jessica's infidelity has cost her everything, and I won't stop until she understands the full extent of her betrayal. I try to reason with Jessica. We sit at the kitchen table, the kids playing upstairs, their laughter a painful reminder of what's at stake. Jessica, we need to talk. For the kids' sake, let's try counseling. We can fix this. She looks at me, her eyes cold. There's nothing to fix, Michael. I don't want counseling. I don't regret what I did. Her words sting, but I press on. Think about Emma and Jake. They deserve a stable home. They deserve parents who are happy. I'm not happy with you, she snaps. I feel the anger rise but force it down. So that's it? You're willing to throw everything away for a fling? She stands up, arms crossed. It wasn't a fling. It was real. More real than what we have. I stare at her, the woman I thought I knew, and realize she's gone. This Jessica is a stranger. Fine. If you won't try, then I have no choice but to protect myself and the kids. Her laugh is harsh. Protect them from what? Me? Good luck, Michael. I begin my revenge subtly. I start with small things like changing the passwords on our joint accounts and moving money into my own. I want her to feel the financial strain first. I watch her closely, noting every lie, every secret meeting. I make sure her lover, Ryan, sees her with other men, casual touches, lingering smiles. It doesn't take much to make him suspicious. He confronts her, their arguments growing louder, more frequent. Jessica starts feeling the social consequences of her actions. Friends she once confided in now avoid her. Whispers follow her wherever she goes. Even at the kids' school, other parents give her judgmental glances. She begins to realize that her actions have isolated her. One evening, Emma comes to me, her eyes wide with confusion. Daddy, why are you and Mommy fighting all the time? I kneel down, pulling her into a hug. Sometimes adults have disagreements, sweetie, but we both love you very much. But I heard Mommy crying. She said you're being mean. I swallow the lump in my throat. Mommy and I are going through a tough time, but it's not your fault. We both love you and Jake. Seeing the impact on my children drives me to continue my plan. I need to expose Jessica fully. I gather more evidence, make sure there's no way she can deny it. I plan a social event, inviting our closest friends and family. I ensure Ryan will be there too. The night of the party, I feel a mix of anticipation and dread. I watch Jessica as she mingles, her smile forced, her eyes darting around nervously. I wait for the perfect moment, then step forward, drawing everyone's attention. Everyone, can I have your attention? I say, my voice steady. I have something important to share. Jessica's face pales. Michael, don't. Oh, but I must, I say, pulling out my phone. I connect it to the TV and start playing the videos. Her affair plays out in front of everyone. Gasps fill the room, followed by a heavy silence. Ryan tries to leave, but I stop him. Stay. You're part of this too. He glares at Jessica, betrayal in his eyes. You said it was just us, that you loved me. Jessica tries to defend herself, but it's no use. Friends and family look at her with disgust. She realizes she's alone. She turns to me, tears streaming down her face. Michael, please, let's talk about this. Talk? You didn't want to talk before. Now you can deal with the consequences. She falls to her knees, sobbing, begging for forgiveness. But it's too late. The pain she caused me is nothing compared to what she's feeling now. Over the next few weeks, I continue to dismantle her life. I make sure she loses her job by anonymously sending the evidence to her boss. Her reputation is in ruins. The kids start to ask more questions, sensing the tension between us. It breaks my heart, but I know I have to stay strong for them. Jessica confronts me one night, her eyes red from crying. Why are you doing this, Michael? What do you want from me? I want you to understand the pain you caused. I want you to feel the consequences of your actions. I already do. You've taken everything from me. Not everything, I say coldly, but I will. I begin planting seeds of doubt in Ryan's mind. I make sure he sees her with other men, gets anonymous messages suggesting she's cheating on him too. It doesn't take long for their relationship to implode. He confronts her, and she's left alone, friendless, jobless, and now loveless. One night she comes to me looking defeated. Michael, please, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Can't we try again? For the kids? I look at her, feeling a mix of pity and satisfaction. You think it's that simple? After everything you've done? I know I hurt you, but I can change. I want to change. It's too late, Jessica. You made your choices. Now you have to live with them. She sobs, and for a moment I almost feel sorry for her. But then I remember her mocking laughter, the way she belittled me. I harden my heart. I'm filing for divorce. I'm going to ensure I get custody of the kids. You'll get what you deserve. The process is grueling. Jessica fights me at every turn, but the evidence is overwhelming. The court sides with me, granting me custody of Emma and Jake. Jessica's visitation rights are limited. She's left to pick up the pieces of her shattered life. I start to rebuild, focusing on my career and my children. I work tirelessly to provide stability and love for them. The kids struggle, but we find a new normal. They start to adjust, and slowly we begin to heal. Jessica, on the other hand, faces her demons. She loses her job, her reputation in ruins. She tries to find solace in the arms of another man, but it's fleeting. She realizes too late that her actions have cost her everything. One evening she comes to the house looking broken. Michael, please, can we at least try to be civil for the kids? I'm always civil for them, but I can't forget what you did. I know, but I want to make amends. Amends? Jessica, you destroyed our family. There's no making amends for that. She nods, tears streaming down her face. I understand. I'm sorry, Michael. Truly. For the first time, I see genuine remorse in her eyes. But it's too late. The damage is done. I watch her walk away, feeling a sense of closure. She finally understands the pain she caused. As I tuck Emma and Jake into bed that night, I feel a weight lift off my shoulders. We've been through hell, but we're coming out the other side. I look at their sleeping faces and know that I'll do everything in my power to protect them, to give them the stability and love they deserve. I reflect on the journey, the betrayal, and the revenge. It's changed me, made me stronger. I know there's a long road ahead, but I'm ready for it. I've faced the worst and come out stronger. Now it's time to build a new future for me and my kids. The culmination of my plan is in sight. I've arranged for a social event, a party that Jessica eagerly agrees to host, unaware of my true intentions. The night of the event, our house is filled with friends, family, and colleagues. The atmosphere is lively, laughter and conversation filling the air, but I remain tense, focused on what I must do. Jessica flits around the room, playing the perfect hostess. Her lover, Ryan, is here too, keeping his distance, their relationship strained from the seeds of doubt I've sown. I watch them, noting every interaction, waiting for the right moment. As the evening progresses, I gather everyone's attention. Thank you all for coming tonight. I have something important to share with you all. Jessica's smile falters. Michael, what are you doing? Just sharing a little something with our friends, I reply, my voice steady. I connect my phone to the TV and play the videos I've collected. The room falls silent as the footage of Jessica's affair unfolds. Gasps and murmurs ripple through the crowd. Jessica's face drains of color. Michael, stop this! But I continue, feeling the weight of justice. This is the woman I married. This is what she's done to our family. Ryan steps forward, fury in his eyes. You lied to me. You said it was just us. Jessica tries to reach him, but he recoils. Ryan, please, I can explain. Explain? You've ruined everything, he shouts, storming out of the house. Jessica collapses, tears streaming down her face. Michael, why? Why would you do this? Because you needed to understand the pain you've caused. Because you need to face the consequences. Our friends and family look at her with a mix of pity and disdain. The realization of her isolation hits her hard. She's lost everything. In the days following the party, Jessica's world crumbles. She loses her job, her friends distance themselves, and her reputation is in tatters. The kids sense the tension and come to me with questions. I try to shield them from the worst of it, but it's impossible to hide everything. One afternoon, Emma asks, "Daddy, why is Mommy so sad?" I hug her tightly. "Mommy made some mistakes, sweetie, but she still loves you very much." "Will she get better?" "I hope so," I say, my heart aching for them. Jessica, now truly alone, comes to me, her eyes hollow. "Michael, I've lost everything. Please, can we try to make things right?" I look at her, remembering the love we once shared, the family we built together. But the betrayal is too deep. "I can't, Jessica. Too much has happened." She nods, tears falling. "I understand. I'm sorry for everything." I file for divorce, ensuring custody of the children and a fair distribution of assets. Jessica tries to reconcile, but I've hardened my heart. I can't allow her back into our lives, not after everything she's done. The court proceedings are grueling. Jessica fights me for custody, but the evidence is overwhelming. The judge grants me full custody of Emma and Jake, with limited visitation rights for Jessica. It's a bittersweet victory, but I know it's the best thing for our children. Jessica loses her job and struggles to find work. Her reputation is in ruins, and she faces the harsh reality of her actions. Our children struggle with the changes, but I work tirelessly to provide stability and love for them. One evening, Jessica comes to me, looking broken. "Michael, can we at least try to be civil for the kids?" "I'm always civil for them, but I can't forget what you did." "I know, but I want to make amends." "Amends? Jessica, you destroyed our family. There's no making amends for that." She nods, tears streaming down her face. "I understand. I'm sorry, Michael. Truly." For the first time, I see genuine remorse in her eyes, but it's too late. The damage is done. I watch her walk away, feeling a sense of closure. She finally understands the pain she caused. As I tuck Emma and Jake into bed that night, I feel a weight lift off my shoulders. We've been through hell, but we're coming out the other side. I look at their sleeping faces and know that I'll do everything in my power to protect them, to give them the stability and love they deserve. I reflect on the journey, the betrayal, and the revenge. It's changed me, made me stronger. I know there's a long road ahead, but I'm ready for it. I've faced the worst and come out stronger. Now it's time to build a new future for me and my kids. The next few months are a whirlwind. I file for divorce, ensuring custody of the children and a fair distribution of assets. I take control of our finances, making sure Jessica has limited access to our accounts. I secure a good lawyer, someone who understands the depth of the betrayal and the need to protect my kids. Jessica tries to reconcile, but I've hardened my heart. Her pleas and promises mean nothing now. I've seen her true colors, and there's no going back. "Michael, please," she says one evening, tears streaming down her face. "I know I've made mistakes, but we can fix this. For the kids." I look at her, feeling a mixture of anger and pity. "No, Jessica, it's too late. You destroyed our family, and I won't let you hurt us anymore." Her face crumples, and she turns away, defeated. "I'm sorry," she whispers. "I never meant for it to go this far." "Sorry isn't enough," I say, my voice cold. "You have to live with the consequences of your actions." The court proceedings are grueling. Jessica fights for custody, but the evidence is overwhelming. The judge grants me full custody of Emma and Jake, with limited visitation rights for Jessica. It's a small victory, but a necessary one. I know it's the best thing for our children. Jessica loses her job and struggles to find work. Her reputation is in ruins, and she faces the harsh reality of her actions. Our children struggle with the changes, but I work tirelessly to provide stability and love for them. One afternoon, Emma comes to me, her eyes wide with confusion. "Daddy, why can't Mommy live with us anymore?" I kneel down, pulling her into a hug. "Mommy made some mistakes, sweetie, but she still loves you very much." Will she ever come back? I don't know, Emma, but we'll be okay. I promise. Seeing the impact on my children drives me to continue rebuilding our lives. I focus on my career, working harder than ever to provide for them. I spend more time with Emma and Jake, making sure they know they're loved and safe. The transition is tough, but slowly we start to find a new normal. The kids begin to adjust, finding happiness in the little things. We create new routines, new traditions. It's not the same as before, but it's a start. One evening, after putting the kids to bed, I sit in the living room, reflecting on everything that's happened. The house is quiet, and for the first time in months, I feel a sense of peace. I know there's still a long road ahead, but I'm ready for it. I've faced the worst and come out stronger. Jessica, on the other hand, continues to struggle. She tries to make amends, but it's too late. Her job applications are met with rejection. Her social circle has all but disappeared. She's left to face her demons alone. One day she comes to me looking broken. Michael, can we at least try to be civil for the kids? I'm always civil for them, but I can't forget what you did. I know, but I want to make amends. Amends? Jessica, you destroyed our family. There's no making amends for that. She nods, tears streaming down her face. I understand. I'm sorry, Michael. Truly. For the first time, I see genuine remorse in her eyes. But it's too late. The damage is done. I watch her walk away, feeling a sense of closure. She finally understands the pain she caused. I start to rebuild my life, focusing on my career and children. I work tirelessly to provide stability and love for them. The kids struggle, but we find a new normal. They start to adjust, and slowly we begin to heal. Jessica, on the other hand, faces her demons. She loses her job, her reputation in ruins. She tries to find solace in the arms of another man, but it's fleeting. She realizes too late that her actions have cost her everything. As I tuck Emma and Jake into bed one night, I feel a weight lift off my shoulders. We've been through hell, but we're coming out the other side. I look at their sleeping faces and know that I'll do everything in my power to protect them, to give them the stability and love they deserve. I reflect on the journey, the betrayal, and the revenge. It's changed me, made me stronger. I know there's a long road ahead, but I'm ready for it. I've faced the worst and come out stronger. Now it's time to build a new future for me and my kids. Months pass, and we settle into our new life. I get a promotion at work, and the extra income helps to provide for the kids. Emma and Jake start to thrive, their smiles returning, their laughter filling the house once more. Jessica continues to struggle, her attempts at reconciliation falling flat. She attends therapy, trying to understand her actions and find a way forward. It's a slow process, but necessary. She needs to face the reality of what she's done. One evening, she calls me. Michael, can we talk? What is it, Jessica? I've been seeing a therapist. I'm trying to understand why I did what I did. I want to be a better person for the kids. I hope you do, I say, my voice steady, but it doesn't change what happened. I know, but I want you to know that I'm sorry, truly sorry. I appreciate that, Jessica, but we have to move forward separately. I understand. Thank you for listening. I hang up feeling a sense of closure. She's finally taking responsibility for her actions. It's a small step, but an important one. As the months turn into years, we find a new rhythm. I start dating again, cautiously at first. I meet someone who shows genuine interest and kindness. She's patient, understanding of my past. We take things slow, but there's a connection there, something real. Emma and Jake continue to grow, their resilience inspiring me every day. They're happy, adjusting to our new normal. We create new memories, new traditions, building a future together. I reflect on the journey, betrayal, revenge, and ultimately healing. The experience has changed me, made me stronger and more resilient. I know there's still a long road ahead, but I'm ready for it. The story concludes with a sense of hope and renewal, leaving the past behind and looking forward to a brighter future. I've faced the worst, come out stronger, and now it's time to build a new life for me and my children. We've been through hell, but we've emerged on the other side, ready to embrace whatever comes next. It's been a year since the divorce, and Jessica's life continues to spiral. Her last desperate move to gain sympathy and redemption is a public plea for forgiveness. She calls me one night, her voice trembling. "Michael, can we meet? I need to talk to you." "What is it, Jessica?" I ask, keeping my tone neutral. "Please, just meet me. It's important." Reluctantly, I agree. We meet at a small cafe, a place we used to visit often. She looks worn, the weight of her actions etched into her face. "Thank you for coming," she says, her eyes filled with a mixture of hope and desperation. I sit down, my guard up. "What do you want to talk about?" She takes a deep breath. "I want to make things right. For the kids. For us. I've been seeing a therapist trying to understand why I did what I did." I nod, waiting for her to continue. "I know I've hurt you deeply. I was selfish, and I see that now. I'm truly sorry, Michael. I want to make amends." Her words hang in the air, heavy with emotion. "It's too late for that, Jessica. The damage is done." "I know, but I'm trying to be a better person. I want to be a good mother to Emma and Jake. Please give me a chance to prove that I've changed." I study her, searching for any signs of deceit, but all I see is genuine remorse. "This isn't just about you and me, Jessica. It's about the kids. They need stability." "I know, and I want to be part of their lives. I want to be there for them." I lean back, considering her plea. "If you're serious about this, you need to prove it. Actions speak louder than words." She nods eagerly. "I understand. I'll do whatever it takes." A week later, we meet with our lawyers. Jessica's therapist provides a report detailing her progress. The court agrees to a modified visitation schedule, allowing her more time with Emma and Jake under supervised conditions. I'm cautious, watching her closely. At first, the kids are hesitant, unsure of how to interact with her, but gradually they begin to warm up. They laugh more, their smiles returning. Seeing them happy brings me a sense of relief, but I remain vigilant. One afternoon, as I picked the kids up from Jessica's place, she asked to speak with me. "Michael, thank you for giving me this chance. I know I don't deserve it, but I'm grateful." "I'm doing this for the kids, Jessica. They need their mother." "I know, and I'll do everything I can to be there for them." As weeks turn into months, Jessica's actions prove her sincerity. She's consistent with her therapy, attends parenting classes, and actively participates in the kids' lives. I begin to see glimpses of the woman I once loved, but the past is a constant reminder of the pain she caused. One evening, Jessica calls me. "Michael, I'm hosting a small dinner for the kids. I'd like you to join us. It would mean a lot to them." I hesitate but agree. When I arrive, the house is warm and inviting, a stark contrast to the chaos of the past year. The kids run up to me, excited to show off the decorations they helped with. We sit down to dinner, and for the first time in a long while, there's a sense of peace. After the kids are in bed, Jessica and I sit on the porch. "Thank you for coming," she says softly. "I know it's not easy." "It's for the kids," I reply, though part of me appreciates the effort she's making. "I've been thinking a lot about what you said. Actions speak louder than words. I want you to know that I'm committed to this, to being a better mother, a better person." I nod, looking out at the stars. "It's a long road, Jessica, but you're on the right path." As the months pass, Jessica continues to prove herself. The kids thrive, their joy a testament to the healing process we're all undergoing. I find myself beginning to forgive her, not for her sake, but for my own peace of mind. One day she calls me with urgency in her voice. "Michael, can we meet? There's something important I need to discuss." We meet at a park, a neutral ground. She looks anxious, her hands trembling slightly. "What's going on?" I ask, concerned. "I've been offered a job," she says, her eyes lighting up. "It's not much, but it's a start. I wanted you to be the first to know." "That's great news, Jessica. I'm happy for you." "I couldn't have done it without your support. Thank you, Michael, truly." As she walks away, I feel a sense of closure. She's finally starting to rebuild her life, understanding the full extent of her actions and their consequences. The legal process to secure full custody of the children is exhausting but necessary. I present the evidence of her past neglect and the steps she's taken towards redemption. The court acknowledges her progress, but emphasizes the need for stability in the children's lives. They grant me full custody, with Jessica having limited supervised visitation. Jessica takes the ruling in stride, understanding that she needs to earn back trust. She focuses on her job and continues her therapy, slowly rebuilding her life. I respect her efforts but maintain firm boundaries, ensuring the kids' well-being remains the priority. Months later, I receive a letter from Jessica. It's heartfelt, detailing her journey and expressing her deep remorse. She thanks me for my patience and vows to continue improving herself for the sake of the children. I read it several times, feeling a mix of emotions, relief, sadness, and a glimmer of hope for the future. As time goes on, I start to open up to new possibilities. I meet someone new, a woman named Laura, who shows genuine interest and kindness. We take things slow, understanding the complexities of our past. Laura is patient, and over time, a strong bond forms between us. The kids adore Laura, and she becomes a positive presence in their lives. We build new traditions, creating happy memories together. Jessica remains a part of the children's lives, her visits becoming more positive and less strained. One evening, as Laura and I sit on the porch watching the sunset, she takes my hand. "You've been through so much, Michael, but you've come out stronger. The kids are thriving, and so are you." I smile, feeling a sense of contentment. "It hasn't been easy, but we've made it, and I couldn't have done it without you." We sit in comfortable silence, the weight of the past slowly lifting. I reflect on the journey, betrayal, revenge, and ultimately healing. The experience has changed me, made me stronger and more resilient. I know there's still a long road ahead, but I'm ready for it. As I tuck Emma and Jake into bed that night, I feel a sense of closure. We've been through hell, but we've emerged on the other side, ready to embrace whatever comes next. The future is uncertain, but it's filled with hope and new beginnings. I've faced the worst and come out stronger. Now it's time to build a new life for me and my children, one filled with love, stability, and happiness. The journey has been long and painful, but as I reflect on everything, I see how much I've grown. The betrayal by Jessica, the woman I loved and trusted, was devastating. Her affair shattered our family, but it also revealed a strength in me I didn't know I had. I faced the darkest moments with a determination to protect my children and rebuild our lives. Sitting in the quiet of my living room, I think back to the beginning. Jessica laughing on the phone, mocking me, oblivious to the pain she was about to cause. The confrontation, her denial, and then the admission of her affair. The months that followed were a blur of anger, sadness, and resolve. I gathered evidence, exposed her deceit, and watched as her world crumbled around her. But through it all, I kept my focus on Emma and Jake. They were my anchor, the reason I pushed forward. Ensuring their well-being became my mission. The divorce was hard, the court battles grueling, but I emerged victorious. Full custody meant I could provide the stability they needed, even as Jessica's life continued to fall apart. Jessica's attempts to reconcile were futile. Her pleas fell on deaf ears. I had hardened my heart against her, determined to shield myself and my children from further harm. She lost her job, her reputation, and faced the consequences of her actions alone. It was a harsh lesson, but one she needed to learn. As time passed, we started to heal. I found solace in my work, received a promotion, and began to rebuild. The kids adapted, their laughter gradually returning. We formed new routines, created new memories, and slowly but surely, we became a family again. Jessica's efforts to change were genuine, and I saw the progress she made. Her therapist's reports were encouraging, and her behavior around the kids improved. She took responsibility for her actions and worked hard to be a better mother. The court granted her more visitation, and she cherished every moment with Emma and Jake. They started to see her in a new light, and it helped their healing process. Then Laura came into our lives. Her kindness and understanding were like a balm to our wounded hearts. She was patient with me, accepting my past and the baggage that came with it. Slowly, we built a relationship based on trust and mutual respect. Laura became a positive influence in the kids' lives, her presence bringing a sense of normalcy and joy. One evening, Laura and I sit on the porch watching the sunset. She takes my hand, her touch warm and reassuring. You've come a long way, Michael. The kids are happy, and you're doing an amazing job. I smile, squeezing her hand. I couldn't have done it without you, Laura. You've been my rock. We sit in comfortable silence, the future looking brighter than it has in years. The past is a painful memory, but it no longer holds power over us. We've emerged stronger, more resilient, ready to embrace whatever comes next. I reflect on the journey, betrayal, revenge, and ultimately, healing. It's changed me profoundly. I'm not the same person I was, and that's a good thing. I've learned the importance of resilience, the power of forgiveness, and the strength of love. These lessons have shaped me into a better father, a stronger person. Emma and Jake are thriving. Their laughter fills the house, their joy a testament to the healing we've all undergone. They've adjusted to our new life, finding happiness in the stability and love we provide. Watching them grow, seeing their resilience, fills me with pride. Jessica remains a part of their lives, her visits becoming more positive and less strained. She continues to work on herself, understanding the full extent of her actions and their consequences. Our interactions are civil, focused on co-parenting and ensuring the best for our children. One day, as I watch Emma and Jake play in the yard, I feel a sense of peace. We've been through hell and back, but we've emerged stronger. The future is filled with possibilities, and for the first time in a long while, I'm genuinely hopeful. I look forward to building a new life, one filled with love, stability, and happiness. I know there will still be challenges, but I'm ready to face them head on. The experience has made me stronger, more resilient, and more determined to provide the best for my children. Laura and I continue to grow closer, our bond deepening with each passing day. We talk about the future, about building a life together. The kids adore her, and the thought of us becoming a family fills me with hope and joy. As I tuck Emma and Jake into bed that night, I feel a sense of closure. We've come through the worst, and now it's time to embrace the future. The story concludes with a sense of hope and renewal, leaving the past behind and looking forward to a brighter future. We've faced the darkness and emerged into the light. Now it's time to build a new life for me and my children, one filled with love, stability, and endless possibilities. The journey has been long and painful, but it's also been transformative. I'm ready for whatever comes next, knowing we have the strength to face it together.